Hey everyone, let's talk about the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold7 and the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Some interesting leaks have surfaced that might surprise you. Samsung's new Fold7 is set to impress this summer with its ultra-thin hinge design and expanded Galaxy Eye features. But when it comes to battery tech, it seems Samsung might still be lagging behind the competition. Leakers like Ice Universe and Panda Flash Pro suggest that the Galaxy S26 Ultra won't bring any major changes to its battery or camera. Ice Universe already hinted at only a minor upgrade to the 3x telephoto camera, which honestly won't blow anyone away. Samsung seems focused on making the phone thinner, which might mean battery capacity takes a hit. Panda Flash Pro mentions that while no final decision is made yet, it's unlikely Samsung will boost the battery to compete with Chinese flagships that are pushing 7,000 to 8,000 mAh batteries in similar-sized devices. For context, Chinese phones like the Xiaomi 16 or Vivo X300 Pro Mini are already developing massive batteries, with some expected to reach 8,000 mAh by 2026 for 6.7 to 6.9-inch flagships. Meanwhile, the Galaxy S26 Ultra might only see a modest increase of about 400 mAh, bringing it up to around 5,400 mAh. Also, don't expect Samsung to jump to 65-watt fast charging anytime soon. The display will keep a 120Hz refresh rate and stick with the classic punch-hole camera instead of an under-display solution. Keep in mind, these specs aren't final, so there's still some hope Samsung surprises us. But based on current leaks, Samsung seems to be prioritizing slim design over battery power. What do you think? Would you prefer a thicker phone with a bigger battery or a slim phone with less endurance? Let me know in the comments. Insiders say the Exynos 2600 is making a comeback with the Galaxy S26. According to a South Korean media report, here's how Samsung's chip lineup will break down. The global Galaxy S26 and Galaxy S26 Plus, or S26 Edge, models will use the Exynos 2600. The Galaxy S26 Ultra and all models sold in the US, Japan, South Korea, and China will pack the Snapdragon 8 Elite 2. This mirrors Samsung's 2024 strategy pretty closely, but with one major difference. This time, the Snapdragon chip is an off-the-shelf version instead of a custom for Galaxy variant. Why the change? Earlier reports revealed that the Snapdragon 8 Elite 2 for Galaxy was supposed to be built on Samsung's own S26 node, but that chip won't be ready until the second half of 2026. Instead, Samsung will use the standard Snapdragon 8 Elite 2, manufactured by TSMC on their N3P process. That means the Galaxy S26 lineup will be the first Samsung flagship series to launch with three distinct chipsets: Exynos 2600, Samsung Foundry S26, Snapdragon 8 Elite 2 for Galaxy, Samsung S26 launching with Z Fold7 and Flip 8 in 2026. Regular Snapdragon 8 Elite 2, TSMC N3P. Although the Snapdragon 8 Elite 2 and the for Galaxy variant are basically the same chip, they're made by different manufacturers, kind of like what happened with Apple's A9 chip back in the day, which sparked the infamous Chipgate controversy because the TSMC variant outperformed the Samsung one. Qualcomm's decision to dual-source this chip might seem confusing, but it actually makes sense from a cost perspective. TSMC's 3nm wafers reportedly cost about $18,000 each last year, and that price will likely rise by the time the Galaxy S26 ships. Meanwhile, the Samsung Foundry S26 chips, including the Exynos 2600 and the for Galaxy Snapdragon, have an edge thanks to their GAAFET architecture, which offers theoretical performance advantages. So Samsung fans, what do you think about this chip strategy? Are you Team Exynos or Snapdragon? Let me know down in the comments. We're now going to run through the full specs, design, and expected pricing to help you decide which one is right for you, so hit subscribe now, and let's dive right into it. First up, the standard Galaxy S26. It's coming with a 6.2-inch dynamic A&OLED display with improvements in brightness and color accuracy. We get a 120Hz display with HDR10+ and a resolution of 1080x2340. The display will be protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 3. For selfies, it has a 12-megapixel punch-hole camera. On the rear, there's a triple camera setup consisting of a wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto, but the exact sensors are still unknown. It'll be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 chipset and comes with 12 GB of RAM and up to 512 GB of storage, UFS 4.0. The battery is a 4000 mAh unit with 25 dV fast charging and 15 dV wireless charging. It will also support 5G, Bluetooth 5.4, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband support. The phone will launch with One UI 8 based on Android 16 and is expected to start at around $800 in January 2026. Next, we have the Samsung Galaxy S26 Plus, which may also be known as the S26 Edge. This one will come with a 6.7-inch dynamic ANO LED display with similar improvements in brightness and color accuracy. You'll get a 120Hz display, HDR10+, and a resolution of 1440x3120, protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 3. There's a 12-megapixel punch-hole camera for selfies. The rear setup includes a dual camera system with a wide and an ultra-wide camera, though the exact sensors are still under wraps. It's also powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 and will come with 12 GB of RAM and storage options of 256 GB or 512 GB, UFS 4.0. The battery is a 4900 mAh unit with 45 dV fast charging and 15 dV wireless charging. It will support 5G, Bluetooth 5.4, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband. This model will launch with One UI 8 based on Android 16 and is expected to be priced from $1,000 in January 2026. Finally, we have the premium model, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. This one features a 6.9-inch dynamic ANO LED display, again with improvements to brightness and color accuracy, 120Hz refresh rate, and HDR10+, with a resolution of 1440x3120, and it will be protected by Gorilla Glass Armor 3. There have been reports suggesting that this could feature the first ever under-display camera on an S-series phone, likely an 8-megapixel under-display selfie camera. On the rear, it will come with a quad camera setup featuring wide, ultra-wide, telephoto, and periscope lenses, but the exact sensors are still unknown. The phone will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 in all regions and will come with 12 GB of RAM and up to 1 TB of storage, UFS 4.0. It's packing a 6000 mAh battery with significant improvements to fast charging. As expected, it will also support 5G, Bluetooth 5.4, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband. The S26 Ultra will launch with One UI 8 based on Android 16 and is expected to start at $1,300 in January 2026. Overall, it's looking like the Samsung Galaxy S26 series is going to be an exciting release, especially if the Ultra becomes the first S-series phone to feature the under-display camera. Samsung seems to be continuing their strategy of improving and refining their phones, rather than completely redesigning them for the sake of it. And just like all new phones, there will be a major emphasis on software, with AI playing a huge role in the user experience. The launch is still a bit far off, but we can expect plenty of information to leak as we approach the release date. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the latest updates.